Listen, the Steady Your Heart podcast begins in 3, 2, 1. For your mental. Woo, I'll play a little more of the clip for y'all today. I'll play a little more of the clip. Listen up. If in the heat of battle, you need a reason to fight on. Let me let my man cook, man. You know what I'm saying? Lean only on the man fighting to your side, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Lean on the squad, my brothers. And even my sisters, you know what I'm saying? Only, this goes for everybody. Pay attention to and show love to and only give your energy to the people that are fighting by your side. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do when you need a reason to fight on. When you need a reason to fight on. You know what I'm saying? You need a reason. You got reasons all around. You dedicate your day to somebody you love. That's a cheat code. Dedicate your day to somebody you love. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff will boost your confidence. So that way you'll walk around like, I said what I said. I know what I know. I love who I love. And they love me back. True love is one of the biggest confidence boosters. And true love is something you got to cling to. You know what I'm saying? Something you got to cling to. And sometimes we may get caught up in the illusion of love, thinking that we're in love. You know what I'm saying? And really, you're dealing with a stranger. You know, I've come victim to that, as you guys may know. You know what I'm saying? Really, you're dealing with a stranger. But at the end of the day, you got to be locked in on your own solid confidence. Like, you got to be so solid that no matter what nobody says about you, no matter how nobody has manipulated you, no matter what, you can always recover and bounce back. You're always going to get back to you because it's you. There's no way around you. Every time you try to get around you, you end up running in circles. You end up running in a circle. There's no way around who you really are. And can nobody tell you or can nobody tell the world who you really are? Because you know, you just keep doing you and everything's going to fall into place the way it's supposed to for you. Not for the you that they are describing you as, not for the you that you think you are. It's for the you that you really are. You know what I'm saying? That takes time to figure out the you that you really are. You got to do shadow work. You got to really kind of pick your flaws. You got to look at the things that you like about yourself and the things that you dislike about yourself. But you can't run from the things that you dislike. You got to lock in on that. That's one of the most important topics. The things that you want to change about yourself, because that's where growth lives. You know what I'm saying? Lock in on the things that you want to change about yourself. For real. For real. You know? Another piece of that is like, when you know you love correctly, it's crazy. When you know you love correctly and you have to detach from the situation, you do it with no guilt because and you don't even look back because you've loved correctly and you've given all that you have. You know, when you're loving correctly and when you're loving safely, you should only be loving in an environment where you can give all that you have with no fear and no regret. Even if it don't work out, I'm giving all that I have with no regret in advance because I love this situation or I love this person. You know what I'm saying? Or I love this job or I love this school or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give all that you have. And sometimes that same thing, sometimes you'll realize you're blind the whole time. And that same thing won't really reciprocate. Even in hindsight, you really realize, you know? And you really have to just be sure on who you are and not really let what the world has to say about you or what people think about you change the trajectory. You know what I'm saying? You can't let that change the trajectory. Because they'll love you one day and then they'll hate you the next. And I'm just keeping it a buck. They'll love you one day, they'll hate you the next. But what you got to do is you got to love yourself one day, you got to love yourself the next. Matter of fact, scratch that. You got to love yourself one day, you got to love yourself more the next. Because every day you get better, so you deserve to love yourself more, no matter what they say. You know what I'm saying? There are always going to be naysayers for the great ones. You know what I'm saying? The chosen ones get the harshest punishments because we know better. If you know better and you put yourself in a situation, you're gonna pay the price. You might as well not even grieve or weave the situation. You might as well just accept it. Sometimes we know better, but we get blinded, or we want to be blinded, so we allow it, and we end up in situations where we're beneath ourselves and it lingers on. And when that happens, all you gotta do is just recover, get back to where you were. You good. Whenever you find yourself in a situation where you know it's beneath you and you know you messed up and got yourself there, it's you good. Get back to where you were. Let's go. Don't waste too much time grieving your mistake or bashing yourself. It doesn't matter. You really don't have time for that. The world needs you. You know what I'm saying? Your loved ones need you. Your future loved ones need you. So you need to lock in, and that's what I'm doing here on this podcast. Me just sitting back on this couch, putting myself back out there, after going through a lot of situations. And I know that I had to accept for myself that I didn't make this podcast for me. I made this podcast just to say positive things to whoever would listen. It was that simple. I just wanted to have a landing ground for people that's in the mood to hear something positive and hear something encouraging from someone who's very flawed and not afraid to share my experiences, not afraid to share how I feel and that I go through things. You know what I'm saying? So if you have anything that you want to know about me, I want to open up more, but I just don't even know where to start. Yeah, if anything that you want to know about me, topic that you want me to touch on, please let me know, and I'll be glad to. You know what I'm saying? I want the Steady Your Heart platform to be an open book for you and an open book for me. You know what I'm saying? I want to have some guests on here. I want you to come on here and be able to say whatever you want to say. Express yourself about your philosophy and how you feel about life and who you are. It's very important. You have to see, that's another topic. It's very important to build your own personal philosophy of life. We have our famous philosophers, but you have to be your most famous philosopher. You got to make yourself your favorite philosopher should be you. What do you think? What do you feel? Investigate it. Don't intake any information about it. Just see how you feel about it first, and then observe all the other information about it. That's how you become solid. That's how you become unshakable no matter what people say, no matter what people do, no matter what you say about yourself, no matter what mistakes you make, and no matter what you do, you will always be able to recover and bounce back. Why? Because you good. You always good. It's always all good. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm touching on a couple different topics. That was a few right there. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, let's get on this relationship topic. I feel like when you're in the pursuit of love, the social media era, they have us making this list of requirements. I feel like we should all take a bigger reset and just remove requirements and just look for the experience and the person and look at the person that's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? We got to remove all requirements when it comes to relationships and look at the person and live in the situation that you're in and observe how you feel. And observe how you feel on your highest level, not at your lowest. On your highest level, not at your lowest. Those thoughts that you think, those red flags, don't ignore them. Investigate them, and even be an adult. Bring the red flag to the person to see how they react. You know what I'm saying? See what they have to say. Maybe this could be a teachable moment. A lot of people throwing things away just out of fear, just reacting to something that already happened to them. You know what I'm saying? I would never go into my next relationship or my next love based off of what happened in my past. Because that'll be a waste of time, and that'll be a waste of a beautiful opportunity, potentially. So you have to have an open mind. I really think we should remove all requirements. And part of removing these requirements is knowing how to cope with a breakup. You know what I'm saying? One of the best ways to cope with a breakup is to tell yourself it's okay that it didn't work out. That was an amazing experience. You know what I'm saying? You should write that down. If you go through a toxic breakup or anything, or you lose a job, anything, say it's okay that didn't work out. That was still an amazing experience. You know what I'm saying? And then take the blessings from it all. Of course, there's going to be negative feelings. There's going to be grief. Somebody may even go on a smear campaign. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was a great experience. And I learned a lot of lessons. And I was blessed by it. And if you take that mindset, you'll be blessed by that mindset with positivity that will help you be able to move on and actually get excited to experience more of life, to experience more of yourself. Like, what else can I learn? What else can I go through? Are there more challenges? Are there more tribulations? And that's a sign of you getting stronger and you getting smarter. So I'm so glad to be back here on the podcast, man. You guys have no idea. This feels great. I started this a couple years ago, and I started this for a reason. And I'm glad to be back. And I'm back for good. I've been able to get myself set up. I've been able to get certified as an HVAC technician. I'm financially stable. And it's just like now I can catapult my goals, my music. I have some new songs I'm about to drop. I got a new project I'm working on. I can really get these podcasts out there to you guys to keep on feeding this positive energy, because that means a lot to me, man. It really does. I think about you guys when I'm not recording, but I know that I live by my own pace and I live on my own flow, and I know I do what's right for me in that moment. You know, a lot of people are going to come to you and say, oh, you should do this. Why are you not doing this? Why are you blah, 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 blah. Listen, you need to take your time and move when the time is right. Because now I know the time hasn't been righter, and I feel great, and I feel ready, and I feel addicted to this already in advance. I've never been more ready to come through for you guys and spread these positive messages. And if you're listening to this and you made it to this point, I just want to let you know how much I honestly appreciate you. Like, it means the world to me that you're here. I honestly appreciate you. Even if it's just one person, even if it's just two of you guys, this is who I do it for. I do it for y'all too. Forget, I steady two hearts. That's what we're going to do. Because no matter what, we're going to do what we have to do to get this message out. Rest in peace to my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my grandfather. My mom once told me that he's a pastor. My mom's told me that he said that he's going to preach no matter what. He said he's going to preach whether his pews are empty or his pews are full. He's still going to show up. He's still going to preach. And that's the mindset. It's in my blood. It's in my blood. I'm here for a reason. And this podcast is here for a reason. Even before I started the Steady Your Heart podcast, I had a blog called Art of Optimism. I've been making these videos for years, but I ended up getting in my studio and learning more and maturing in this content space. And I decided to start a podcast a couple of years ago. I struggled with consistency because I was going through a lot of different things, and also, procrastination, everything that comes with it, But now I'm here, and now I'm excited, and now we hype. So if there's ever anything that you feel like you've been slacking on and you want to pick up on, put yourself out there and just get back to it. Why? Just recover. Why? Because you good. Guess what? Real recovery. Why? Because we good. We good, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make it through this. You're going to make it through everything, and you can make it through anything. If you can see it, you can make it through it. You know what I'm saying? You can see it, you can make it through it. If you can feel it, you can make it through it. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for my feelings. I'll be grateful for my feelings. All of them. Grief, happiness, sadness, joy, fear, all of it. All of them have their perks, and all of them have their negatives. You know what I'm saying? That's the law of polarity. You know what I'm saying? Everything has its poles. The north, just like the planet, it has a north pole and it has a south pole. You take happiness, it has a north pole and it has a south pole. Everything has, and I won't even say negatives and positive. These are just different poles. You know what I'm saying? These are just differences in degree. There's no such thing as good or bad. There's no such thing as left or right. These are just differences in degree. And that goes for everything. Like one of my best friends, Clyde, he told me when we were younger in high school that passion is the direction, passion is the emotion. He said that passion is the emotion, and love and hate is merely the direction that you go in. You know what I'm saying? So if you hate someone, you still love them. If you love someone, then one day you can hate them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have any hate for anybody. I'll tell you that. I've forgiven everybody, and it's like now I'm just focused on moving forward, and I'm focused on the things and the people that I need to be focused on, because my life is not about me. My life involves me. Yes, I have to focus on myself, and I have to be the best version of myself, but I have to do that to fulfill my purpose, to give back into the ethos, to do what I'm supposed to do during this cycle. And you have to do the same thing. You have to do the same thing. It's imperative. That's why you're here. Stop wasting time. Stop being scared. Stop being lazy. Stop procrastinating. Lock in. I'm telling you, And I'm telling me, we doing this together. Recover. Why? Because we good. Recover, get back to yourself because we good. I'm telling you, man. Steady your heart. Welcome back. Mad love. Thank you for listening to my rant. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Take a deep breath. Drink some water. Eat some good food. Loving your people. You know what I'm saying? Call your people. Make love to your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Do all that. Enjoy the luxuries of life. Because the pain gonna come too, but you're gonna enjoy that too. We all gonna enjoy the whole process. Mad love and respect. Sharif Daughtry. Steady your heart, man.